Okay. Well, this is gonna be super embarrassing to make, but I mean, I gotta hold myself accountable somehow. Y'all seen the past videos? Been doing great trading past week or so, and super close to passing my eval. And with one more trade left to pass it, I decided to do some stupid shit. This was 2 days ago, by the way, and I apologize for posting this a little bit later. I blew my account, the one that if you guys go a few videos back, you can see me catching multiple wins. Blew that account 2 days ago. Yesterday, didn't trade, or was a break. It didn't trade, and then 2 days ago, that was when I blew it. I was just super embarrassed to like even post about it, and I think that's really pathetic of me to not even own up to what I did. Now I owned up to my mistakes, right? I told myself like I'm gonna get into how I dealt with that loss. It was bad, but the fact that I come on here, like I said, and I try to be as transparent as possible and give you guys the raw, full, unfiltered documentation of my trading journey, and then decide not to post it on the same day I blew my account. Like I think that was just super pathetic of me, and I apologize. And I also apologize for kind of, I feel like I'm letting y'all down a lot. Like I don't know how many, or like not too many people watch me. I don't know how many of y'all actually watch me or take inspiration or whatever from the things I say. But hopefully, if one at least one of you guys have you know been looking up a little bit to me, and maybe one of you guys have felt a little bit motivated to start trading because of me in a perfect world, right? Please do not let this demotivate you. This is just me being stupid, me not being able to hold myself accountable, me not upholding to my own rules and my own beliefs, and quite frankly the things that I preach. And so this is not even about me being sad that I blew an account and I have to spend $50 more. Like at this point, I generally don't even think it's for the money, if I'm being completely honest. Like for me right now at this point, it's about proving to myself that I'm able to stick to what I tell myself I'm going to stick to. Now maybe it is because of the money, right? Because maybe if it truly wasn't for the money, then I wouldn't have a problem, not taking stupid trades and watching me miss my setup and then not even enter, and then not entering off emotion. So maybe it is about money. Cool. Maybe it is me, wanting to pass defend an account, wanting to get a payout. But even then, I think the bigger thing at hand right now is just me having to prove to myself that I can truly do the things that I tell myself that I'm going to do. And it's super hard because in my daily life, I am a super routine, I'd like to say disciplined. I have a good perspective on what I want to do in life. When it comes to this, when it comes to following my rules on trading, it's just really different and difficult for me for some reason. And so I made a promise to myself. I made a rule, and it's going like because it's really nothing else that can work anymore, right? There's nothing else. Like it's simply if you want to follow the rules that you haven't set for yourself, if you want to continue to overtrade, if you want to continue to over leverage, you can put yourself in this never ending cycle of just getting close to being passed or even passing the account and then blowing the account because you can't stop yourself from overtrading. You can have your first payout, you're going to blow it again because you can't stop yourself from overtrading. You can have 5 payouts and you'll never see the consistency that successful traders have because you can never control the fact that you were able to stop yourself from overtrading. And you can get lucky as far as 5, 4, 6 payouts, right? But you'll never, ever find consistency if you have that nagging habit of not being able to control yourself. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm confident in myself that I can pass accounts for sure, right? I've done it. I can do it again. It's no biggie at all. But it's the fact that I simply cannot take a loss right now. And because of that, I'm overtrading. I'm re entering off of things that I shouldn't enter off of. Um, and I really just want to apologize to y'all because I hate, like, my biggest pet peeve is people not, they don't do the things that they tell themselves that they tell other people to do. And that's exactly who I am right now. I feel like complete shit for doing that, like for coming out here and trying to act like, oh, like follow your rules, and I end up blowing my own account. That's the biggest thing that's nagging at me right now. And so I apologize, but yeah, I definitely wanted to come out and say that the account is blown. Like hopefully if you guys get nothing from this, and if you guys are, whatever, like at least get that this is exactly not exactly what, like, you could definitely avoid this, but these things like this happen. Okay, another reason why I'm posting is because I know for sure there's people out there going the same shit as me. I saw a dude on TikTok a couple hours ago who was in the same exact position of me, almost passing his account, takes a loss, re-enters off of motion, and blows his entire account. Things like this can happen, and it happens to a lot of people, but it doesn't have to happen to you, bro. It really doesn't, dude. Because these things, okay, yeah, I mean, every trader, right, deals with emotional losses, but it's the fact that some people can just learn from it a lot quicker. And I mean, quite frankly, they're just a lot better at controlling their emotions. And I guess for me, I don't know. I feel like I guess I'm an emotional guy when it comes to this trading stuff. And it's just taking a little bit longer for me. But I just have to get it through my school, right? Because there's really, really nothing else, bro. There's nothing else that they can, like, possibly, right? This is probably the most isolating skill that you can learn because there's nobody else I can rely on. There's no one else I can ask for to help. It's just you. Like, really dumb it down to that point where when if you're losing trades and you know the reason why, you can win trades, right? You're winning trades and you take one loss and that completely derails you. Dumb that down to the smallest reason why that happens is because you just can't control yourself. And until you can fix that, until you can turn that around, like, you'll never ever ever be profitable. You're never going to stop blowing accounts. It's just that simple. And I just have to come to realize that, and I think, I'm getting better at it for sure. Like, for example, for today, again, I blew an account 2 days ago, and I told myself that 2 entries is the only thing from now on for this eval. Only thing I'm gonna be taking, right? I'm still sizing in heavy. I'm still gonna risk what I originally risked for evals because I don't want to spend too. I don't think it's beneficial either for me to spend months on an eval. So I still size in heavy, but it's only 2 entries a day, not counting like small take profits, like half partials and stuff. 2 entries. Enter one trade, enter 2 trades, and I entered 2 trades today, lost both of them. And what sucks even more is that I always go back into my trades and recap them and see what went wrong. And I see an exact model, the most obvious one that I could have entered off of, that I entered off of a similar model this week or last week, and I won that trade. And the fact that I didn't see that today and I lost it on some dumb trades, it was hurtful again, right? And of course, I wanted to chase again, right? But no, I lock myself out as soon as that happens. As soon as the second entry happens and I lose it, done. Boom, I'm done for the day. And that's just something, I mean, the good I can take out of it, right? But let me just go over like basically what happened. These are the 2 trades. I'm just gonna go over the 2 trades that I took, which led me to blow my account, right? This is basically the thought process of how I was so close to passing funded, and I blew it, right? So first, this was 2 days ago, like I said, on June. This is a really simple breakdown. Like, I have it journaled here. I just marked out back why, I just marked back the risk to reward. So the reason why I took this trade, I'm gonna, it's gonna be a superficial, it's not gonna be the deepest and detailed breakdown. I'm just gonna give you guys a thought process. So of course, I see my setup here. I have an SMT, and then I have a potential market makers model here. Okay, I have a market makers model, and then on the higher time frames, like 5 and 15 minute, like, it wasn't the cleanest. Now that I'm looking, like, when I looked back, like, there was a bunch of high resistance liquidity, but I mean, that's not the worst thing, right? There's still a potential market maker buy model to be played out. And so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a unicorn model. Like I said, I'm looking for a potential to the upside. So we get an inverse of this 1 minute fair value gap, which is already a good sign. We inverse this 1 minute fair value gap. Okay, now let's see if we can get a entry model for, for this trade. And so I don't know why I thought this was a good model whatsoever, but there's no unicorn model here, really not a clean one at all. Like, there's no high, short-term high being strongly broken. There's just a small displacement here. And so obviously this was a trade out of emotion. On the 5 minute, there's really nothing here either. There's no inverse 5 minute gap. There's no 5 minute displacement that happens. There's a small order block, but that's not significant. Whatever. I took the trade, right? Okay, I took the trade. It was a stupid trade. Boom, I lost it. I think this was around like a $500 trade, $400 trade where I risked. And so I lost. I was like, okay, damn, that sucks. Now I'm just waiting, right? I that was the lunch macro. Yeah, that was the lunch macro. And I'm seeing if I get anything on the PM session because I really, really want this market maker buy model to sell out, to play out. Because I know we're heading higher. Like, I know we're going to head higher this week. And I just got caught on this complete, like, pullback. And the second one I did here, I barely got stomped out. And this, I think, was around for like 500. a $500 risk trade, and I had an SMT here as well. I don't remember which one. Let me check. So I had a smaller internal SMT here. I'm looking back at my journal. It's right here. And this was a little bit of a better entry, I feel like. So we have a low, high, lower, low, higher, high. This gets inverse and we create displacement here as well. But I marked out on the 1 hour, I didn't really notice that we had already tapped into this fair value gap. And so obviously we're rejecting off of that. And in addition to that, we have a 5 minute that gets respected here, a 5 minute fair value gap. So if I really wanted to, I could have waited until this 5 minute held and inversed maybe this gap, but I didn't. And I took a risk, which is fine. Like, I'm fine. It's fine. Like, I took a risk, and I take risks a bunch on evals. But obviously I get stumped out here. I had the right bias. I just didn't have a good risk to reward ratio. Usually my 25 points is usually like, I like to keep it 25 and under for my stop losses. So that's why I didn't really have it too far under, but barely tapped me on. Then eventually hits my take profit. But this trade, these two trades were basically the moment where I kind of spiraled down, right? And then I just started, taking bullshit trades. Trying to chase back my money. I didn't even journal those because I don't even know what kind of trades I took, right? Like, that's how bad it was. And so yeah, that's like basically my thought process was, okay, as soon as I lost this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take one more trade and I'm out. One other bad thing is I didn't even size down for this trade. I kept at the same amount of contract. It was like 10 or 15. And then as soon as I lost this trade, I was like, okay, let me just try to make some of it back. That's what gets you, bro. Like, as soon as you say, let's make some of it back, that's exactly what's gonna get you. And you're never, even if you make some of it back, wait a week, wait a few days. I mean, knock on wood, God forbid this happens to. I mean, it'll happen to everyone at least once. But that same exact habit of you thinking, let's make it back, you won't be as lucky. You won't be lucky every single time you do that, bro. It's just a cold hard fact. I've had that experience countless times now, and I feel like I finally learned my lesson. Like, you'll be lucky, yes, on this day. And no matter how many times you tell yourself, okay, this is the last time I'm gonna do that. Even on that winning, even on when you got that lucky day, okay, this is the last time I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna do this because I know this was lucky, and you still end up doing it a week later. I know how stupid that sounds, and I know how pathetic this entire thing is. Right, this entire video generally is pathetic and embarrassing for me to make, but I have to. Like, it helps me stay accountable, and it helps me get unfiltered content out there, and maybe help at least one or two of y'all who are going through the exact same thing, to tell you guys that this does happen. It shouldn't, right? It shouldn't. Like, you can prevent this for sure, but it can happen. So don't feel so demotivated, because at the same time, even though I felt like shit today, I did something really good, right? I walked away from the trade. I walked away from the two trades, even though I lost. Okay, even though I lost, and I'm down 800 on this eval. This past account that I blew, I was down 1,300, and I was close, and I clawed my way back up, and I was so close to passing it, and then I blew it again, right? And imagine how that feels. And I'm still not, I'm not discouraged in the slightest bit. I still have the utmost confidence and self belief in myself, because I know who I am. I just have to tap in a little. I just have to tap into it a little bit more. I just have to understand this one last thing, that every model, like, losing is a part of every model, but chasing revenge trading is a part of zero. Okay. And that's just something I have to get through my head. But yeah, I just want to update you guys on what that current state is, what my accounts are looking like right now. And so nothing else I can do. Like, I know the trades I can win. I just saw this past week was a great week in trading. It's just one day that spiraled me down. And generally, the only thing I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna look back into this video, give me like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever, right? I'm going to look back onto this video. I'm going to say, okay, this was the day that I decided, right? I'm going to finally follow my rules. I'm going to stick to what I told myself I'm going to be sticking to, because I'm generally tired of this shit, dog. Not like I said, not even about the money anymore. I'm just generally tired of me saying I'm going to stick to something, and then me letting the emotions control me, and me spiraling down into just pain and despair, right? Like, literally. So, like, I don't know. We'll see. Like, not even about the money anymore, dog. It's just to prove to myself that I can stick to what I've been telling myself to stick to. It's just a simple mindset change, and I have to get that through my head. But yeah, this video right here, I promise you guys, even if I blow this next account, it's not going to be out of emotion. It's just going to be me due to losing a trade and maybe taking a trade, dumb trade. Now, I don't want to label it dumb trades, because every trade I take I take it out of spot. I take it out of a reason. It's just a trade that didn't work out. Okay, I'm not gonna go out and I promise you guys, I'm gonna prevent myself for the longest to not go out emotional just like this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video.